In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make these bows right here. They're very simple to make, and it's kind of like just a standard bow. The majority of people know how to make this bow, and it's just something that I think everyone should know how to do. They're good for putting on, decorating anything you want, or maybe putting on a package that you're giving someone, or on a card, or in your scrapbooking. You can put them on a lot of different things, and I think they're really cute. For your supplies, you'll need ribbon, a pair of scissors, your glue gun, and if you're like me, you'll need a board because I do not like to get glue on my desk. So your bow has 4 parts. You have this back loop, the front loop, this bottom piece here, and then the piece that goes around right here. So that's 4 different pieces, four different pieces of ribbon we're going to have to cut. And we're going to start with this back one back here. And so first you have to figure out how big you want to make that. And it depends on what size of ribbon you're using. I'm using inch ribbon, but you can use smaller or larger or more thicker ribbon. But I recommend the inch because I think it looks the best. And if you're using other size ribbons, then you're going to have to kind of experiment with it and try and figure out how big you want to make your bow. And you can make this bow bigger if you want. You don't have to make it the size I made it. You can make it much larger. But this is the size that I wanted and that I like. And so I usually take my ribbon and I cut about 6.5 inches of ribbon for the back piece. So this piece back here. And I'm just going to guesstimate how far that is. But I know it's close to 6.5 inches. So once I have this, I am going to glue it down. And how we're going to do that is we're just going to take our glue gun and put a little bit of glue in the middle. Now first, you have to take your ribbon like this, right? And pinch it in the middle so that the two sides come as close to the middle as possible. It doesn't exactly have to be perfect, like you don't have to measure it or anything, but just do that. And then dab a little piece of glue in the middle, and then take your ribbon, bring it around, and place it down. And then take your other side and do the same thing. Place it down. Get rid of your extra glue. And that's done. So now, time to do your next piece. And we're going to be doing this piece right here. And so how we're going to do this is you're just going to measure it off of this piece. So you take it and you want, a little bit inside of it, not much. See how it's kind of like shorter than this one? And I'll do that the same on this side, a little shorter. And then you're just going to cut it. And this is usually about 5.5 inches long. That's about how long I usually make it. So you can just kind of measure that out. So once you have this strip, you're going to fold it in half so that the pieces are like this. You're going to take your glue gun and just put a little piece of glue right in the middle of this ribbon that you've already glued and set it in the middle like that. So you have something that looks like this. Once you have that, we're just going to take these pieces and put them in the middle. So it'll look like this. And we're going to do what we did on the last one and just dab a dot of glue in the middle and put our pieces down. So now it gets a little tricky. This part you don't necessarily have to do. You can just pinch it when you're done, but I always like to glue my pinch. So by pinch I mean I kind of squeeze these so that it makes like a little ruffle right here. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, I like mine to be pinched because I think it looks better than, you know, squarish boxes like this. And you can either make this part of your ribbon really tight, or you can do what I'm about to do and just glue it, and then you don't have to worry about this piece of ribbon. So it's up to you. And so how I'm going to glue it is one part of this is going to go back and one part is going to go forward. So this one I'm going to push forward, down like this, and down here I'm going to push it back so that it makes a nice pinch. And how you do that is just put a little glue and bring it down. Now you're going to have to do it on every piece because there are like 4 layers of ribbon, so you're going to have to do it 4 times, but it's worth it. And I tend to get a lot of glue all over me when I do this. Oh no, glue, it's everywhere. Fine. Push it down. Add a little glue. Alright, so now that I've done that, I'm going to do this piece of the bow right here. I don't know what this is called. Little tabs, I guess. And I usually use about 5.5 inches of ribbon when I do this. But how you're going to measure that is you're just going to take your ribbon, put it on the bottom of your little bow part, like this, and decide how long you want it. I think that's about a good length. And then you're just going to double that so that it can be on both sides, just like that. And cut it. And then once you've cut it, you're just going to cut your little slits in the bottom. Just go up making like a triangle cut. And these can be as big as you want, as small as you want, it doesn't matter. As long as you make them both the same size, because that's important. So I just did one of those little slits. I hope you saw what I did. Made like a little triangle. And I'm going to just place it against the other side of the ribbon and copy it. There. So now they're both the same size. And once I've done that, I'm going to find the middle and I'm going to do this pinching thing that I did right here. So one side is going to go in and one side's going to go back. Pinching. So in, back, just like that, like you pinched it. And you're going to glue the same way. So take your glue, put a little there, pinch it, and it'll look like that. Turn it around, and you take this piece back and glue it there. So it looks like this. And then you're going to get your bow and you're going to glue this to the bottom. So you have, I mean, it doesn't matter which way you do it. You can do it this way or this way. They're both the same. But you're just going to take it and glue it to this bottom part right here. So that makes it look like this. And now I'm going to get my ribbon and I'm going to do this middle part right here. And to do that, you're just going to take your ribbon and kind of measure how it would be all the way around so that it overlaps in the back just a little bit. So that's about where I want mine. I'm going to cut it. And this is usually about 2.5 to 3 inches long, like this. And as you can tell, if I were to wrap this around right now, it'd be like really fat and it wouldn't look good. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and I'm going to fold it over. I'm going to glue these down. So I'm just going to take these sides and glue them. See what I'm doing? So just take your glue gun and do like a straight line across. And then fold these down. Now, how much you're going to have to fold down is your own thing to figure out. I'm not sure how much you're going to have to fold down. I fold down just a tiny bit. Depends on if you want that middle thing to be thicker or skinnier. I don't really like it too skinny, but I don't like it too fat either, so it's kind of like a middle thing. So that's how big I made mine. Let's see. I think that's a good size. So now what I'm going to do, and if you messed up on the size of this, if it's too small, then you're going to have to start over. But if it's too big, then you can just fold it again and glue again. So don't worry about that. And so now I'm going to glue this down, and I'm going to start by going to the back and just placing a little bit of glue down on the back side and putting my piece of ribbon down, just like that. And now I'm going to wrap it around, bring it to the front, and dab a little bit of glue in the front and the middle right there. Bring it up so that it looks like this. And then bring it back to the back and glue it down again. Get rid of all the extra glue I have everywhere. And there's my bow. Thank you for watching Beauty from Trashes. If you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And to stay informed on some of my upcoming videos, follow me on Facebook and Twitter.